1 hour free webinar was like I learned a lot more from that 1 hour webinar than like a full semester of college. And I was like, damn, like
This episode is brought to you by Portfolio Box, an online portfolio made by creatives for creatives.
You just wind up trying to create something that's going to inspire someone that hopefully, through that inspiration, they can inspire somebody else. And what I've come to learn as my career went on is that's more significant than any championship.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope you guys had an amazing Christmas break. And as we head over to the new year and wrap up 2020, we're going to give you guys some things you wish you knew if you're pursuing a full-time filmmaking career. With up-and-coming YouTuber Mauricio Celis joins me today, and we're going to touch on his early ambitions, Rory Kramer, full-time filmmaker course, college versus artists, and things I wish I knew before I started. That and much more. Stay locked in. What's up, everyone? Welcome back. We are wrapping up 2020. So, we're here on December 9th. And, I'm just, anxious to, one, get the year, get the year kind of wrapped up. But at the same time, planning for next year. And, this year has been, as far as, creating and even trying to get projects kind of lined up and collaborating with other people. It's been tough, but at the same time, with this year, especially for creators and filmmakers like myself, it's pushed us a little bit more to create content. So today, we want to talk about a little bit about, the challenges, but at the same time, if you're trying to be a filmmaker, what are some of the, the ways that you can use being at home and using to your advantage, and what tools you can use to just to get ready and maybe even get some clients that will allow you to work remotely, or even just what's available out there right now. But today's guest, he decided to instead of going to film school or just general school in general, he decided to take matters into his own hands. And you can quote unquote call him a full-time filmmaker. But today Mauricio Celis joins the podcast. And welcome, Mauricio. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and what got you into just doing what you're doing right now, as far as just being a YouTuber or just a content creator.
Yeah, thanks for having me here, Rod. So right now what I'm doing is just, creating content for fun or for other clients. Just posting content in social media, and yeah, just trying to have fun, trying to create my own passion projects. And yeah, that's what I've been up to right now.
Nice. So we me and Mauricio, we actually worked together on some stuff. And I think as I started seeing your work, you're really kind of, I even told you kind of remind me a little of myself, where like you're really kind of interested to dive in. When I was younger, like I remember I was just I was a very curious person, and I was just trying to see what else I could do, right? Like what's the next thing I could do, just trying different things. Unlike myself, I didn't know what I wanted to do when I was like your age, because you're like in your mid-20s, correct? Or a little like 20, young 20s.
Yeah, like 22.
Yeah, so at that age I was still trying to find my ways. So I didn't know what I wanted to do until I was like in my mid-20s. So for you kind of like found kind of your passion at a young age, which I think it's a huge advantage. For for at a young age, and what to do, you're saving so much time and money for just exactly kind of like the trajectory that you want to go to. So, you know, with that, how did you decide that you wanted to become a full-time filmmaker? And with that, like what were some of the challenges that you decided? Because you kind of you started college, but you kind of pretty much like, no, this is not for me, right? And you took
Yeah.
actually a full-time course, literally called Full-Time Filmmaker. So talk to us about that decision that you decided on making for like early on in your your life.
Yeah. So being a filmmaker, that wasn't my plan at all. I actually like wanted to be a filmmaker not too long ago, like maybe 2 years ago. Like when I was
Recently. Okay.
yeah, like when I was a kid, I mean I wanted to be like a lot of things. Like I wanted to be a doctor, I wanted to be a professional soccer player, a professional skateboarder, or art, something that requires art. Because when I was a kid, I was
Hmm.
very artistic, very creative. I was into drawing, coloring, painting, all that kind of stuff. And
Hmm.
even as a kid, when I used to skate, I always had a dream of creating my own skateboard brand. And I would always like draw like logos. If I created my own skateboard brand, I would like this is how my logo will look like. And
Yeah.
then I discovered graphic design, and yeah, I started like looking up YouTube videos, what programs to get.
All
And
right,
when
go
I
ahead.
went to high school, I took classes on graphic design. So yeah, I would just go to the library in my break and it just use this program called Adobe Illustrator. I would just practice, creating logos. Yeah, I would just like get into it. And then after high school, I decided, well, actually on freshman year, I decided I want to be a graphic designer. So then I went to college. I took a couple classes for graphic design. And then I think it was the year 2018 or the end of 2017 was when I saw this TV show named Dare to Live. It was this filmmaker named Rory Kramer. And basically, the show is that he brings in like artists, and they just pretty much like have the artist take a break because they're super busy and all that.
Yeah.
And they just like go out there and have fun because every artist needs that to take a break. And then like he would tell like the intro, he would tell a story like that he didn't know what to do with his life, and then he's always been into filmmaking, and then he decided to quit his job and then pursue filmmaking, and then now he's like successful, like shooting music videos for like Justin Bieber, the Chainsmokers, Khalid, and like all those like top artists.
Yeah.
And then he said that like he like travels around the world shooting videos, and then yeah, just get to know like really cool people. And then that just inspired me to like pursue filmmaking because not only I want to travel, but I also want to do video.
Yeah. Especially, well,
And I was all like,
right
you
now you're gonna
know,
have to wait for that and for traveling. So
yeah, yeah. And then I just decided, you know what, like screw the graphic design. Like I don't want to be sitting down for like hours.
yeah.
I mean, also for video editing, you do that, but you have like two different jobs. You have shooting where you're out in the field,
Yeah.
and then you have editing. So at least I have like those two things. And yeah, so then I got my first camera that year. And yeah, I just started looking up videos. I just started practicing.
So how did you run into full-time filmmaker course? Like did that just pop in like on an ad or something, and you kind of, maybe I should try this? That, as far as, because that's that was pretty much your school, no? Like as far as like the education, or as far as like learning how to press record and like knowing what's the correct way to, let your exposure and all that stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, I discovered Fulltime Filmmaker. Well, it's run by Parker Walbeck. I think I run by his YouTube channel because I was searching up like videographers, like Peter McKinnon,
Yeah.
Matty Hapoya, like all those filmmakers. And then I think I ran into his channel. I subscribed to him when he had like 300,000 subscribers. And then, yeah, so I did know a little bit of filmmaking, from like Peter McKinnon. I was mainly like into photography, but then
Yeah.
like I started getting into filmmaking. So yeah, then I was doing a little bit of video, a little bit of photo, and then I think I saw his ad. I don't know if it was Facebook or Instagram, one of those two. And I was like, oh, like making money, shooting video. So I clicked on his ad. I signed up to his webinar, and then I watched the video, and then like man, like that 1 hour free webinar was like I learned a lot more from that 1 hour webinar than like a full semester of college. And I was like, damn, like that's crazy. And then it took me like 3 webinars to watch before I purchased the course.
Yeah, the course, right? So, I mean, would you say
Hmm.
that, for anybody listening, that if they want to start off in, you know, filmmaking or just photography, because like I think everyone kind of starts off, obviously, you have to have a camera, but then I think the next step is, at least for me, is that is photography. You start doing photography and you start doing kind of, you start doing the work, right? That goes into that. Because I think that's, in order to understand the camera, I think you got to know photography first, like I
Yeah,
haven't met anybody that really just jumped from just getting a camera and doing video. Like, I feel like first you gotta, take some stills, understand the camera a little bit, and then you dive into the video portion of it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's the same thing. One just motion. But
yeah, for sure.
uh, like with taking that course, would you say that there people that starting out, you would say, yeah, try this course out, like it's really gonna elevate your game? Would you recommend that?
Oh yeah, 100%. I like definitely recommend it. I mean, if you think about it, like it's I guess it kind of looks pricey, but like I mean, look at college. You're paying like thousands of dollars for college,
Yeah.
and sometimes you don't even get to learn a lot. Like I was in college for like 2 years studying graphic design,
Yeah.
and honestly, I didn't even learn that much because I knew graphic design a little bit when I got into college because
Hmm.
I was practicing like years before, so I already had
Yeah.
an idea about graphic design. I already knew what to do, but I
Yeah.
just got into it because everybody tells you have to go to college to be successful. And I learned a lot more in 1 month than I learned the 2 years in college. Because you could like pretty much watch the whole course if you want in like a couple days, but you have to like watch it for like hours and hours, which I don't recommend. I recommend watching one video, having your camera ready, and then while you're watching the video, change the settings, like take photos, or like after you watch the video, go out and shoot. And then that's what I did. I took notes as well. And yeah, I definitely recommend taking that course if you're really serious.
Yeah.
Invest in yourself.
Yeah. That's a interesting point that you were saying right now about you're watching the video, right? So, and you have the tool that you need in front of you, and at your own pace, you get to kind of not only listen and watch, but at the same time, use your hands, and having having it right there in real time, right? Like, for example, right? It's different when you're, with the video. Like, let's say you're watching the video. I feel like you can learn at your own pace. You know what I mean? Whether you're in class and you have like let's say an hour of class, and the teacher is teaching 20 other people, it doesn't feel like it's personal to you.
Hmm.
So like, as you're learning, um, you're learning, but it's more on your terms and at your own pace, and pretty much whenever you want, right? So, um, but obviously it depends on what you're doing, right? If
Hmm.
you're gonna
Yeah,
try to be like a lawyer, a doctor, it's different. You
yeah, for
need
sure.
you need education, but we live it like now in an era where, especially this year, everything is remotely, right? Everything, we've seen that you could do everything now online, at your own, in your own time, especially when you try to say you're trying to book a doctor visit. They'll tell you, oh, if it's not an emergency, we could do a consultation via the phone or something, or
Yeah.
via video. So like you could talk to your doctor, and obviously you're not there, but it's come to that right now, so when you're learning something, I feel like, especially in the creative, like if you're a creative, I think learning, it depends on like on the amount of information that you're getting, and how you're doing it, man, because you know being in a creative environment is going to elevate you more, if you're like rather it's just like in the classroom. But that's up for debate, like it's going to vary in different situations.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hey, are you a photographer, designer, artist, architect, model, musician, or even a makeup artist? You gotta check out Portfolio Box. With Portfolio Box, you're not forced to use any standard theme. You can use any style for any page and create a truly unique website that reflects you and your work. If you're a creative, it's a no-brainer. Get 50% off for 12 months on all plans with promo code ROD50. That's promo code ROD50. And check out portfoliobox.net today. With the stuff that you've learned, right? And obviously you're continuing, you're young, you're still learning. What's some of the things that you learned like the hard way? Like, oh man, I wish I would have known this, or like what's some of the stuff that you wish that you would have known earlier when you started?
Definitely get to know like the settings of your camera, or like get to know the basics of filmmaking, because sometimes I would
Yeah.
go out and shoot and like I wasn't really 100% sure how to do that. Like I didn't like master it, right? It's better to
Mm.
master your craft instead of like learning a lot at once, like definitely get to know like your camera, like get to know like all the buttons, all the settings, like you could like adjust your settings without even like even thinking about it. So that way when you're
Yeah.
out shooting, you're like you already know what to do. So definitely master your craft. Also invest in good gear. I mean that kind of sucks because when you're starting out, you don't have the money to invest in expensive gear, but definitely invest in good gear because it's gonna cost less and long term, instead of you don't have to buy a tripod once every like 2 years. Buy one good decent tripod, and then you could probably keep it for like 5-10 years. So master your craft and also buy good quality reliable gear.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think myself, learning, at a young age, different things, right? Like going back to school part, right? I don't regret going to college, because that's where I decided that I wanted to pursue what I wanted to do, but
Hmm.
it wasn't exactly right. You kind of, you go through experiences and you learn like, oh man, this job is not for me. I don't want to do
Exactly.
this. I'm not, so and you got to go through these experiences for you to find out exactly what you want to be. um so for me, I mean, yeah, like using the tools, right? The, like you say, like the equipment, right? I mean, I remember when I first started out, man. I don't know if I think the website's still up, but there was a website where it was a lot of photography and video gear, and it was cheap stuff, but it was stuff that you'd think like, oh, you know what, I need this or I need that. Now looking back at it, I'm like, man, I think I still have some of the stuff here, but I hardly even use.
Hmm.
To be honest, it was like money I wasted, like stuff that you think, oh man, this I need this, to make me better, but stuff that you think that it's useful, it's not. But that's it comes with your experiences and stuff like that, or you see some of your work, right? I bet you've seen some of your work, and you're like, damn, did I really do that? You kind of like you start laughing.
Yeah.
It's like, did I really like do that transition? Like that was so corny. Or like some of the music you choose on videos, like you start questioning like later on. But it's all part of the
Yeah,
process,
for
you know.
sure.
Um, but yeah, just transitioning into like, looking back at your work. I mean, a good way to keep track of your work is like, especially if if you post on YouTube, right? You seeing your work, your progression over the years. Now you have your own YouTube channel. Tell us a little bit about how that's been working for you, and how, you know, are you planning on becoming a full-time YouTuber?
So, what I've been doing on YouTube is just creating tutorials. I've been putting like my projects in there, and yeah, I'm just trying to
Hmm.
build this audience, and it's been going really well. I think I've gained like 30 subscribers in the past month, and yeah, I'm just trying
Oh,
to
wow.
create like high quality content. I really enjoy like helping people out, because I know how it feels like to be interested in like something or like photography and then not knowing where to go or like who to
Hey,
trust and all that.
I'm a, I'm gonna tell you guys something too, that especially if you use TikTok, but helpful is like, being helpful is a new viral. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, being able to help somebody or give them tips, advice. You do something for 10, 12 seconds, man, and that's, what I mean. So those are the type of videos that people are watching right now.
Yeah, especially at this time.
So pretty much, we're back to that. You're creating videos to help
Oh
people,
yeah.
right? So you're using that, and you're like, it feels good to help somebody out. It's because you were in that situation, correct?
I really enjoy people. I really enjoy helping people out, and I just want to like be that person. Like, oh, like Mauricio, like help me get my first job, or like help me get my first paid gig. I just want to like inspire someone because I'm sure, obviously, it's the greatest feeling when somebody like says, oh, like I look up to you, or like you're my inspiration, or you're the reason why I started doing this, and
Yeah.
it would be nice to like to do that, and also I created a YouTube channel just for to create like another source of income, and also to build an audience. And by building an audience and having like at least 100 true fans, if I like create a product or if I release something, most likely I will be able to sell it. So that's like another source of income. So that's by YouTube AdSense, sponsors, and my own product. That's three sources of income. And um, a lot of people don't realize like your 9 to 5 job is not secure. I mean, obviously, a lot of people have learned that because of COVID. A lot of people have been laid off, and they were like screwed because they only had one
Hmm.
job. They were relying on one job. So yeah, that has been my goal this year, just to create other sources of income. It takes time to create a YouTube channel, but eventually, when I begin able to monetize it, that's like another source of income right there. And yeah, I've been just creating content also, like projects or commercials, films, so that way I could show clients my work. I also have my website, but I feel like I get more eyes when I post it into YouTube and just create like a catchy title. And yeah,
Yeah.
eventually I'll make like a viral video, and then they'll scroll through my channel, and then they'll see my projects, my films, and you don't know who's seeing your content. So that's why I put in a lot of work on my videos on YouTube.
Yeah. So, continuing on the topic of, creating content for YouTube, what's what would you say is probably your most popular video? Like, the topic, what do you think is the most popular video that you've gotten the most views out of?
It's been honestly my films, my projects. Like I have like a couple videos that hit 1,000 views on like my projects. Like I did this clothing brand. I think when was it? Like 3 4 months ago, and then right now it has like
Hmm.
3,000 views, which is like what the fuck? Like why? Like why does it have that many views?
Yeah.
It has 3,000 views,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
also and then you remember that energy drink commercial, the rain. I don't know if you've
Yeah,
seen it,
I
but
think I remember. Is it the one
yeah,
with the fruit stuff?
no, it's the black can, the energy drink.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, that one has like 17,000 views, and I was like what? Like, why does it have that many views? And then most of my like
17,000 views?
project, yeah. And
Wow.
then I was all like, so like I guess my videos, like my films, like my commercials do well. So yeah, I've been doing more projects like that. And I mean, that's good because that's the reason why I started YouTube. I mean, one of the reasons is to post, to upload my work
Yeah.
there so that way people could watch it to get more clients eventually or
Yeah.
and yeah, and also some of my
Yeah, I've
tutorials have been doing good. So yeah.
yeah, I've been I mean as far as YouTube, we'll go back as far as, the income portion of it, but for myself, like I feel like it's a process. I mean, that I have my hands in a lot of things, so I
Hmm.
feel like I need somebody else to like upload like the YouTube videos for me, like because I literally don't have like the bandwidth to like not actual bandwidth, but like the actual like I don't know, just time to post videos because it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
People don't
yeah.
understand
Uh-huh.
that one it's one thing, shooting, getting the camera and doing your video, right? But it's another thing planning,
Hmm.
and then after the fact you're done uploading and the whole process, right? Because you got to create a thumbnail,
Hmm.
you got to do all the behind the stuff, like as far as getting all those keywords in, and all that other stuff, and then promoting it, right? So it's a lot of stuff that goes into
Yep.
that. So I mean, eventually I want next year to be like something where I start posting, because I have a couple of sponsors too that I want to plug in. So, you know, but as far as income and stuff like that, um, are you seeing something? Are you seeing cash flow actually come in? Like, okay, maybe I should even go 10 times harder on YouTube.
As of now, not yet because I can't monetize my channel yet, and also I don't have like an audience to create or like
Oh, they changed it.
yeah. It's I think the to get your channel monetized, you need 1,000 subscribers, and then you need 4,000 hours of watch time.
Oh, they changed it, huh?
Yeah,
So I think that was maybe what earlier this year.
that was probably like they've been doing it for not a couple years, maybe like 2 years.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I remember maybe they grandfathered in it, but I think my channel, you could unless they changed it, but it could be monetized.
Yeah,
But it all varies. It just depends.
I mean it makes
But
sense.
as far as that, how close are you to that?
I mean, for the subscribers, I mean, I still need a lot of work. I have like 230 subscribers, something like that.
Yeah,
And then the hours, I'm not sure, but I still need a lot like of work to do. I mean, it makes sense to like to have that rule because if you have like 30 subscribers and you only get like 10 views every video, you're only gonna come in like a couple cents a month. So it doesn't really make any sense. So that rule it's good for like the creators who are actually serious and want to put in the work, so it's a good thing.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, what are you trying to, as far as like, how often are you trying to push like a week? Like, are you trying to just do like one video a week, or are you switching it up and maybe doing one tutorial video and then maybe doing like behind the scenes or something like that? Like, how are you planning on doing your videos for the next year?
I mean, for the longest time I was doing one video a week, but I'm gonna try to do 2 videos a week because my videos they don't take that long, but it's because like I don't want to upload a lot. But then I've seen a lot of people say like the more content you put, the more of the chances of your video going viral, so you have you just have more chances of one of your videos going viral, the more content you put, that could happen. But then also like I focus on like quality. I don't want to put out like 5 shitty videos a week. I would rather put one good video a week, or at least two like decent videos. And yeah, I'm gonna try to do 2 videos a week. And I try to do like tutorials. I try to do like versus like comparisons. I try to do gear reviews. I try to do behind the scenes. I like when I shoot my projects. I post my films. I try to change it up. And then yeah, so that way I don't do the same thing. If I keep doing tutorials, I'm gonna get burnt out. I'm gonna like get over it. So yeah, I try to like change it up.
No, that's good. You gotta, you gotta change it up,
Hmm.
right? Because if you start doing videos, sometimes it's good to change it up. Especially like you start seeing trends, right? Like you start seeing, oh man, I'm not getting that many views. I'm not getting, as far as these type of videos. Maybe I should go this direction, right?
Hmm.
And I feel like sometimes that's good, right? It challenges you to try different things. You know what I mean? Maybe like, oh, maybe I should like do videos and maybe switch up the background, and then as you're doing that, you're learning new ways how to light your background, or how to like set up and you know when you're doing maybe like videos, you have a breakdown of exactly what you want to say. And maybe like if you want to lead off with like a hook, like what, maybe like a catchy caption, like you start seeing, oh man, these videos are actually popping up more, because I'm doing this.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I try to change up my like background so that way I'm like excited to shoot, excited to edit. Yeah, I try changing things up a lot.
No, that's good, man. And as far as like what do you think, like as far as going through the ranks of like, all right, I want to do this, but at the same time, right, you have to decide, you know at some point, right, you gotta start making money, right?
Hmm.
Because if it don't make money, it don't make sense, correct?
Yeah.
So like, then you start looking at other avenues, right? So now you're saying that also you got to start getting different like avenues, correct? Like, maybe getting different like gigs and sponsors. But what are your thoughts, like especially you at a young age, right? Like, man, like what passion, versus like a 9 to 5, right? Like, talk to us a little bit about that, and what you think about pursuing your dreams and pursuing just your day-to-day job. That it's you know sometimes we do need to get your a job that is going to pay, that that it is going to be there. But it all varies on the situation. So talk to us like your thoughts on that.
So yeah, if you're like still at a 9 to 5 job, I mean, you obviously need that job because you need money coming in every 2 weeks. You need to pay for like bills and all that, and then you could do like your passion in the side. So I mean, we all got time. We all got 24 hours in a day. You could work your 8 hour job, and then around 5 o'clock you could work on your passion job, and then you have to keep doing that like months and months and months. That's what I did. And yeah, I had to like I would work from like I think 9 to 3, and then I would like go home, eat, and then I would work on my video. I would create YouTube videos. I would
Yeah.
go out and shoot photos. I would try to create commercials, upload them to Instagram, create like little like behind the scenes on Instagram. And yeah, I mean, getting a 9 to 5 is definitely a must because you need a secure job, or quote unquote secure. But yeah, so just like you need to have money coming in, and then at the same time, while you're working at your passion job becomes part time, then eventually becomes full time, and then at that point you could quit your 9 to 5 and then put in 110% or 100% on your passion job because it is now your full time. And yeah, that's like
No, I
the
mean,
only way you could do it.
yeah, I mean, what this year has taught me is that I've been fortunate enough, that to still be working, and anything could happen, right? So,
Hmm.
but what I've seen is, a lot of my friends and a lot of family members lose their jobs, And you have to be humble enough to understand that it could happen to you, right? And you're not lucky and nothing is ever given to you, right? You have to have that mindset, at least for me. So you have to have plan B, plan C, plan D, and so on. You have to know exactly, if this happens to me, what am I going to do? If that happens or it doesn't work the way I want it to, what's the other option? So I've created multiple streams of income sitting on my ass since the start of the year, because nobody else is going to give me that, right? Nobody else is going to be like, here, man, like this is for you to, or like nobody's going to come through that door and be like, hey, man, I have a freaking great opportunity for you. Someone might, but you can't think like that. So you have to go out and create relationships, network. And ever since the start of the year, I've been kind of like not just, like, damn, like, what am I going to do? I can't go out. Oh my God. Like, oh no, I got to put a mask on, stuff like that, where people are just like, okay, let's take a step back and realize that we're in a place where, like, we're not like locked in, like where people say that, okay, we're locked in, we can't do. Now I'm talking about us, like creative people, right? People that think outside the box, that we're not just like crunching numbers or something. You know what I mean? You could go outside and create anything you want, and you have a phone, right? You have a computer. That's all you need, man.
Yep.
That's all you need, dude.
Yeah.
So for the most part, it's gonna be amazing in the next year, man. And I can't wait to see what else we got it.
Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, with that, where can people find your work, man? And as far as online and social media,
You could find me basically everywhere. Just put in my name, Mauricio Celis, or it's at mcelis100 on Instagram. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok.
perfect, man. Can't wait to see what you do next, man. And we'll have you on the next one, dude.
All right, I appreciate you having me here.
All right, Mauricio, take care, dude.
All right, see ya.
Don't forget, deadline is out. Make sure you guys share, subscribe, rate, comment, all that. Let us know what you think, and we'll catch you on the next one. And don't forget to subscribe and check out the latest episodes on the website. Follow us on social media at Hardwood Rod. And don't forget, every Tuesday we got the latest and greatest. So stay locked in. Would you like to be on the podcast? Got something to talk about? Make sure to head over to the website at hardwoodrod.com. Leave your name and the topic you'd like to discuss, and I'll add you to the calendar.
We just want our respect. Rob wants his respect. Coach Vogel wants his respect. Our organization wants their respect. Laker Nation wants their respect. And I want my damn respect too.